Hello, I'm Stan Simpkins for my partner Lonnie Shami. We're the facilitators with Small Business Virtual Roundtables, giving you our little 3-minute top of mind awareness snippet. Well, Lonnie, today's topic is about the one that we know is the elephant in the room for a lot of small business owners, that first general manager that they hire to take a lot of responsibility off their table so they can go about working on your business, not in your business. And we all know that oftentimes is a real nightmare. Maybe you could share a little bit your insights into that.
Well, Stan, it's the important thing here is if you're bringing somebody in from outside, whether it's a family business or just a a regular business that's been started and fostered by the owner. The important thing is to develop a profile of what you expect of this general manager. And you got to do this before you ever hire him. You got to define the job, and you've got to define where he's going to potentially have pitfalls, things to look out for.
Right.
And it's got to be really carefully done because this guy's going to be in a very key position within the business.
It's a great point. And often owners somehow, almost on a regular basis, way underestimate how much they're actually passing on. And they don't define it, as you said. So that already they start out with a problem of somebody seems to not be performing the job when they haven't been given all the details. Because a lot of subtleties in every business. While all businesses have kind of the same issues, if you will, there are subtleties from one business to another, even in the same industry.
One of the things that will happen in the early days of a general manager now stepping in to run the day-to-day business is not a well-defined set of parameters for authority. And so the general manager then has to be guessing as to what has to happen.
The other thing I see oftentimes is the timing. They do it as if the first person they're going to bring in is going to be the person, not considering the possibility of what if it isn't the right person. And now they're really under the gun because they don't have a backup.
Yeah, but you see, part of that is, and we've talked about this in other snippets, and that is part of that is to be aware of the person, their background, to be aware of what the job entails, to define it well, to understand the wingspan of the individual and the timing. It's not like don't give him a drink, don't give he or her a drink from a fire hose. That's most of the time when I've seen this fail, it's because of that. It's that the owner walks away and has the person who has inherited the GM job, and it's yours. Okay,
just let me know how it's going. A transition plan is kind of what you're saying.
Absolutely,
good point.
Absolutely. And if there's no transition plan and it's not well defined, and here's the important thing that the team doesn't know, because they're now they have got to be part of this whole thing. And if they're not, that's a killer, because then they're taking what happened? Aren't we taking orders from the boss here, and then now we're taking orders from this guy or this girl? I mean, what? So that's one of the things of confusion, and that'll really hurt the business.
And the one you and I see often is the owner will think they're doing a great interview job, and I got this guy from this big XYZ company in my industry, and he's got a whole lot of experience, and it was all big, much, much bigger company.
Right.
Talk about your experience with that one.
But the bottom line here is that they've got to have an affinity for small business. If they don't have an affinity for whatever you are as a business, that this is a killer, because they won't have a feeling for how they have to solve a problem, how they have to go after customers, et cetera. They'll want to be forming committees and things like that. I've seen this happen time and again. How you define the job and the authority and the role, that's going to be critical. For Stan Simpkins, I'm Lonnie Shambi. We're the Small Business Virtual Roundtables, and visit us at sbvirtualroundtables.com, and we'll see you next time.